Hello, hello, hello. Dungeon Minister here, and the remnants of a friend. We are live, and we are here to show off some of the goodies that we're going to be giving away at CleriCon. What's CleriCon? Well, I'm glad you asked. CleriCon is a convention, an old-school role-playing convention, having its first year to this year in 2023. So it's a new old school gaming convention. So that's happening in November 3rd through 5th in Glen Williams, Ontario, just to the west of Toronto. So if you are within range of that and you would like to come join some cool games with some very cool people, the very cool people are going to include Daniel from Bandit's Keep, John from Tale of the Manticore, Sean from Mage's Musings, and also some extraordinarily cool stuff. Actually, I haven't seen it yet, but I know the guy, at least I know him here online, Dirty Basement Terrain, Lawrence, has sent some prizes. So some very cool stuff, I am sure, because Lawrence is very cool. I've watched his channel. His stuff is cool. It's also sometimes slightly unsettling, like the baby centipede he made recently and the baby head DM screen. They're cool. They're just a little, no baby dolls in the box. Okay, that's probably good. Hello, Lawrence. How are you doing? So first of all, folks, if you see over there in the chat, Dirty Basement Terrain listed, right click and go to his channel as well and sub if you are not. If you have any interest at all in gaming and terrain or just watching someone do really cool stuff, making really cool things, check out Dirty Basement Terrain. I guess he's over that way, right? I mean, in that direction, unless you're on a phone and then he might be down there. Anyway, check him out. So hello all. Hello, Dungeon Crawlers Level 1. Hello to you, Lawrence, Mark, Tim, Nordic Maelstrom. Hello and welcome. Welcome all. So I have my handy dandy knife and I'll show you, first of all, I have X'd out his information on here, but I don't think I could even get it under the camera anyway. The box, it's sizable. It's chonky. It's tall. It's broad. Like my mother has been described. No, I'm kidding. All right. So what I'm going to do, unfortunately, I can't kind of do this on camera, I guess. I'm getting into it now. Can I get any of it on camera? No, not really. You'll just have to trust me that I'm opening it because, well, here, look. It hasn't been opened yet, see? All right. All right. And I have to tell you, the Honeywood gang, at least the boys, Faux Fire's at work, but Fleetwood and Touchberry and Bob Johnny are all here and also interested in these items. Now, I gotta tell you, as I'm opening this, what are these going to be for? Well, among other things, I think, well, one thing for certain is prizes. There's only one thing in here that I know what to expect because Lawrence told me about it, and it's going to be a prize. I know. I think the others are probably going to be mostly prizes for things. I may have some auctioning of stuff. Hey, General Nut, you're here. I never trust someone with a knife in their hand. You know, better than a knife in your teeth. Two of the items are from his top 2 rated videos. Well, for one thing, there's a great deal of rolled up baggies. So we're gonna see what we get here. I'm gonna try to open these. I think I'm gonna need the knife. I'm sorry to make Nordic Maelstrom nervous here, but I'm gonna need the knife out because otherwise, the item that you told me that's on the bottom. Now, Lawrence, you're on right now. How delicate are the things that are in here? Well, now, Mark, they're not allowed to use them as a weapon, but you have to figure a cleric can have a knife to eat with or to open boxes, right? How delicate is what's in here? Because I could be vigorous in opening this, or I could be extraordinarily delicate. I'm going to start out extraordinarily delicate until I hear otherwise, because I don't want to destroy anything mailed here and then ruin it. Let's see. And not allowed to use edged weapons, but it's not a weapon. Clearly, it's not very sharp. Sharp enough to cut tape. Semi-delicate. Okay. Well, I've seen your average semi, and those are not delicate. They're huge. No, I'm kidding. All right. Man. Mainly foam, yeah. There you go. See, Nordic, that's why the clerics are the healers, because they're going to get, chopped up by the fighters with their two-handed swords. I don't want to break you. I don't want to break you. Fleetwood, could you get me a scissors? Yes. Thank you. I think the knife is a little too clumsy because it could probably a little too threatening. Well, the shears are fine as long as it's no, these are fine as long as it's something I can get in and cut with, because I don't want to, as I say, I don't want to butcher the contents as I'm trying to get into the bags. Okay, gently unwrappy monkey. All right. Oh, yeah, over there. Okay. Gently unwrappy monkey. You're a paladin. You only draw your sword when all other options have been exhausted. That is a good thing. There was an inscription on a sword: "Draw only in necessity." I can't remember that all. Ooh! I know what this is. I can tell what this is. Cool. This is a pillar, clearly, with a fire on top. Awesome. Exacto would be good. Hello, Steve. How are you doing? +1 shears of delicacy. I like it. This is very cool. Very cool. And I know the detail on that. You can see that sort of moss growing between the bricks. Very awesome. Very awesome. And Exacto, and I do happen, because my crafting shelf is right there, I can probably grab without too much fuss or feathers. Oh, of course it's at the bottom, and when I reach it, I'll stab myself. That's what's going to happen.
I sheathed it last time I used it.
Thanks. You know what? The scissors will work for now. I don't want to... let's see. It made a giant torch. There you go. All right, we got another. I don't know if we've got pillars. Tend to come in batches. I don't know though what's in here. Okay, but it's heading that way. Yep. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. A couple of those so far. So the pillars obviously will go as a set for whatever event or etc. that it is a prize for will go as a set, because a single pillar is a little less impactful on your table than a nice room full of them. So this is going to be one of the prizes. Cutting. All right. This is awesome stuff. You forgot you sent them? I hope you didn't forget them when you were trying to find them for a game. There we go. Another one of those. We got a batch of them. Hello, Retro DM Ray. How are you doing? Thanks a lot. You know what? We are going to be having some online content. I'm sort of finalizing the details on it. I know some things that will be online. For instance, we will definitely be broadcasting the panel discussion between Bandit's Keep and Mage's Musings and Tale of the Manticore and myself. That's going to go on. They are very cool, Steve. You're right. You're right. That's all going to be available online. I think I'm probably going to at least aim the camera at the table for some of one of my sessions. Maybe the opening session on Friday night, I think. Come on. These are not sharp scissors. I'm going to get through here. No, that's all right. That's all right. They're sharp enough. They're sharp enough. Oh, wow. How many of these did you do? You kept 15. I don't know if all of the packages that look like this are all the pillars, but good heavens, if you kept 15, you must have made a room full of them. Must have made a room full of them. I am too, General Nut. I am too. And I have to say, in the registration process, of course, people use their real names, but I think I've pieced together that you are one of the people coming. I won't reveal your real name in case you are not divulging it. Hello, Ian. Lots of goodies for the con, indeed. You are right, Tim. Daniel's content, Bandits Keep, is great. Actually, the boys were watching some Bandits Keep just the other day. I think yesterday, the day before. Wow, there's a lot of these pillars. So far, we got 5. We got 5. Hello, Christopher Sims. How are you doing? How are you doing? You made about 25. Good heavens. Well, if you kept 15, then there's a lot of them.
So they all go, I'm gonna guess they're all gonna go as one size.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll bundle the pillars. I suppose as long as they're in. Well, depending on how many of these little bundles are pillars, because if as long as they're in at least 4, you know, make some really cool rooms with these. These are awesome. These are really awesome.
And let me tell you, even if you just have a basic battle mat to draw things on, just plopping those pillars down will make a huge difference.
Yes, it will. You just plop the pillars down, you got yourself a really cool set. You could get like a battle mat that just has a sort of stone look to it, and then put these out, and there's the dungeon defined, right? It's like Christmas. Oh, let's see. The flames are made from hot glue. I got to tell you, that is. It's not in focus very well. It's just a webcam, but that the work on the flames, considering those are made from hot glue, I've got to go back and watch that again. I did watch it, but that was a long time ago, a long time in internet terms, and see exactly how you did that, because my work with hot glue is nowhere near as finessed as that. So I think this is the last of the pillars. It looks like. Well, maybe not. This would be 8. Well, if you kept 15 and I don't know if you sent all of the other ones. If you did, then there must be 2 other I'm not seeing. Oh, there's a couple smaller packages in there. Yeah, there might be a couple more. Difficult to say. Difficult to say.
I probably just gonna 4 colors or something.
Yeah, I only did 4, and I didn't even do flames on it. The flames is a cool touch. So, General Nut, you are up north then. That's awesome. And Nordic Maelstrom would head north of the con, but alas, needed to lead a crusade against marauding orcs. I hope the orcs aren't marauding too heavily in your area. Have the pillars received the Torchberry seal of approval? Torchberry, what do you think of the fiery pillars? Thumbs up from Torchberry.
Well, that's fine. Albeit the colors are perfect.
Thank you, Sharp Mountain Games. Sorry, my tongue got in the way of my mouth. Thank you for spreading the word to your Canadian friends. Oh boy! So I gotta say, this is the second time I've received terrain in the mail. I received some from. Is it the second time? Yeah, I received some from Battle and Barrow, and Lawrence, you and Kev from Battle and Barrow, you go to the same school of wrapping things. His stuff was like it. Nothing was getting through that.
I don't blame him. It has to cost half a word.
Yeah. Let's see. I got thumbs up from Touchberry. I got thumbs up from Touchberry. My life is now complete. Let's see. Okay, that is indeed another of the pillars. I'm just going to scroll up quick to make sure I haven't missed. Yeah, I didn't miss anything there. Okay, fighting orcs. Coming south, right. Telling the Canadians. Hello, Vincent. How are you doing? We got a lot of Pennsylvania in here. Jacob, welcome. Glad Glad you're having a blast. It certainly has been a blast to make the stuff. So, I lived in Pennsylvania briefly in the Lehigh Valley, Allentown, which was everything Billy Joel said it was. I actually really liked it there. I had a great time. That was when I was an actor, and there was a theater there, the Pennsylvania Stage, and I worked a season there, and life took me home. But I was like, I could come back out here. I could work for this theater again. But then the guy who hired me moved to where I moved, which was nice because then he hired me in Milwaukee. Aren't they awesome? Atlanta. We got some Georgians in the house now. Hello, Georgia. Wilkes-Barre grew up in Pennsylvania. Don't worry, I'm happy to talk Pennsylvania. I had a lot of fun there. Pottsville. You were born in Allentown? That's fabulous. That's fabulous. You know what? I like that. I love the row homes. I like just the sense. It's actually quite similar to Milwaukee in some ways, and that sort of, Rust Belt industrial. Good heavens, Lawrence. I was thinking this would be like maybe a half hour, 45-minute stream. This may end up being like the 3-hour thing, just unwrapping. There it is. Okay, here they all are lined up. I can't even get them all on the base of my monitor there, the monitor stand. Good heavens, these are fabulous. These are really cool. I think I will keep them in a full set because the impact of them all together is a beautiful thing. Oh, Steve, paper hangers. My mother was a paper hanger. I'm like a literal paper hanger. From actor to minister. Actually, you know what, Vincent? It's surprisingly common, really, when it comes down to it. Think about it. You stand in front of people wearing a particular set of clothes, saying, especially in liturgical churches, saying lines that were written by somebody else, but which you have to actually mean when you say them. Lehigh Valley is a lovely place. The allergies there, really? Well, see, now I was younger and I didn't suffer any allergies then. Now I do. I could qualify as a surgeon. I got to tell you, Tim, if the surgeons in your area are working like I am, you might want to leave your HMO. That's all I'm saying. I'm getting the contents out unscathed, but the packaging is not looking good. Nope. Yeah. Pocono, Strasburg, now in Bucks County. I like the names in Pennsylvania too. Good evening, Michael. How are you doing? York County, PA. Definitely a lot of Pennsylvania in the chat. Okay, when I first opened it up, this fascinated me because I can't tell if it's something with a base or an enormous mushroom. I think it's something with a base, but I'm not sure. I'm going to give this a go. Hello, Shadow and Sun. Bringing in the West Coast. We've been talking where we're from. We got some Pennsylvania, lots of Pennsylvania in the house. You're bringing in the... you like the Dutch barns? You know what? I do. They have, I got to say, being from Wisconsin, I am partial to, the good old Midwestern barn, the red, classic. But yes, I do. I like the ones that have the Amish with the beautiful symbols painted on them. That is there's another one. That's one of the two from the top videos, eh? Cool. This strain is an enormous pile of plastic bags. Oh, you ruined it, Father Aaron. You ruined it. Okay. Keystone State. Anyone from Scranton? Sunny and warm there. I'll bet it is. It's cloudy and not too bad out actually here. Just cloudy. Just cloudy. Look at that. Let's see. Ooh. Cool. These aren't going up for prizes. I'm just going to keep those. No, I'll put them for prizes. I'll just try hard to win them. Awesome stuff. Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Weiss grocery bags. Yep. Yep. Neat. Dwarven sort of pillars there. Very cool. Very cool. There's another one in here. Now, yeah. I was going to think, I was going to say, oh, no, I won't unwrap all of them on camera because if they're going to be the same, and you know what? No, I am. Because one of the cool things about these is that even though they're the same thing, there's variations between them. I do need to find my X-Acto knife, though. I do need to find my X-Acto knife.
I know I put it in about last time I used it.
Did you put it in this box or the other box?
I always put it in the toolbox.
Okay. I'm not. Let's see. I'm sure this is scintillating watching right now as I'm off camera digging through a basket.
Now it's a game. You get a free CleriCon ticket if you can spot it.
Free CleriCon ticket if you spy the knife before I do. I don't know that you did put it in this one. I think you put it in the other one.
Well, maybe I did, but
I think you did. That's okay. Not a crime punishable by death. Just severe flogging. Let's see. That one's tools. This one's material. I don't have dirty basement. I have dirty shelf terrain.
Dirty house.
Dirty house terrain. Not really dirty, just untidy. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. And this will be the episode where I bleed out on camera. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go look up here. The important hit it rain this evening. Monsoon season in Minneapolis. Yes. Hello, Uncle Brad. How you doing? Yes, finding the if they're using them, if they're crafting with them, yeah, it.
I usually put them away. It's just after putting all those EBD chips.
You did put them away. You just put them in a different box, which is okay. Again, there will be no beatings this evening. All right. Yeah, there's that.
It even looks so medieval.
More severe punishment would be to take anything that can cause fire away from Touchberry. That would be a punishment for all of them because then they wouldn't get the advantage in their group of Arnicon is, yes, I saw stuff about Arnicon online happening in Minneapolis. Another one of the very cool dwarven pillars. I think this is going to go faster now that I have a proper knife. This here, yeah, it's a little plastic skull and a leg. I don't know if you saw a few episodes ago now, the giant's tomb. These were the bits that were laying around on the floor of one of the rooms. You want them? Okay, so Touchberry has requested the leg and the head of the skull there.
He's going Fleetwood.
I don't know what he's off to do. One of Touchberry's other collections, this is not Touchberry, but Touchberry's player, is a huge box full of cardboard tubes, which he's collecting. And none of us are quite sure why. You have healing powers. Thank you very much, Paladin. Yeah.
This woven color looks so cool.
Using Arneson's old game table. That's cool. But I'm thinking back to the day though, the old game table, wouldn't that just be like someone's mom's card table? And we played at my dining room table most of the time. Occasionally we'd play when I was a kid. We'd play over at a friend's house. But cardboard tubes make for great terrain pieces. At least the shells of those pieces, yes. And you know what I did actually with another cool pillars? With tube chips. If you saw my dice building video, I did that with tube chips, but I did a tiny one with a toilet paper tube. So
I have one of those too.
I think all the boys have made one. All right, let's see.
Yeah, wow, a lot of pillows.
There's a lot of pillars. There's a lot of pillars. So don't know if this I can tell is another of the dwarven pillars. It is going faster now that there's a razor blade involved. Well, unfortunately, the boys have been whisking away all of the little mini there to.
So those pillows would be like.
Yeah, these are chonky. If your mini's walking up to here, these are some chonky pillars. I'm glad to hear that, Tim. Yeah, you actually have the one I made on camera. I'd made the one I've got here. I made beforehand, and it was the exemplar for the one I made on camera. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce. Sunny, where you live in Birmingham, Alabama. All right.
They make great pillow suits for toys. Bundle it around them, blow them into the air.
All right, Fleetwood's going to be making parachutes out of the bags. Although I think your parachute is going to leak air because I'm sort of I'm perforating them. Yeah, Tim won the tube chip tower from when I hit 1,000 subs. He won the tube chip tower. I've been waiting to come up with a contest for hitting 2,000, but I've gone from zooming on up to sort of plodding on up. I'm stuck in the 1700s here. 6 of these. Okay, we're up to 5 now. They do scream dwarven setting, don't they, Nordic Maelstrom? They really do. That says dwarf to me too.
They look a bit like the colors of Moria.
Yeah, they got a Moria kind of vibe to them. Actually, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Well, Touchberry says he wants some of this stuff, and I don't know. There may be more than 6 because there's 2 of these here. Oh, that. There we go. This one, the tape was still sticking up a little bit. It's a bit easier there. I just do this one by hand. The outer bags get cut to heck, but some of the inner bags are surviving. There are parachutes for toys here. Yeah, well, this one as well. And the boys are making a game of running around and grabbing them. Pain bring minis. They do look fantastic. Vincent, give in to the dark side. Make terrain. It's a lot of fun. I think people in the chat are trying to figure out if they were neighbors back in Allentown back in the day. The video of them, for them, is Dwarven Pillars. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so now we're up to 7. We're up to 7.
And if you're going to make pillars, you might as well make an even number.
I don't know. I think... Oh. I got one more thing that's in a similar size range. This may be another Dwarven Pillar. It looks bigger, though, so I don't know. Question about the con, is it a long walk from parking? No. The parking lot, we have a parking lot right on the property, right along the river. If you go to Google Maps, I dare say you could see a satellite shot of it. This is not a pillar. It's something else. Similar shape, but not the same. Not the same. Just going to check to make sure. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make you wait on that, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. When was I in Allentown? I was in Allentown. Let's see. I graduated university. Like I could remember. I did an extra semester, so December of December of 95, and I took the bus. Oh man, I had a car, and just before I was to take off to Allentown, it broke down and was taken to the garage. And the while I was in Allentown, it was being fixed, and my girlfriend at the time was kind of looking after it for me. And they took such a they tried to tell her that it had been fixed. They hadn't even, I don't think, touched it. They glanced at it. Yeah, there we go. So it wasn't 6, it was 8, Lawrence. And so they tried to pull the wool over her eyes and cheat her, but they did not know her brother was a mechanic, and he didn't have the shop available to do the repair, but he certainly knew his stuff, and so that didn't go down well. They tried, but it didn't go down well. Oh, bless you, Dungeon Crawlers, level 1. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that is, you know what? I am thrilled to hear that. That is really great. I'm glad I inspired the channel. That's fabulous. So now you got to go check out Dungeon Crawlers level 1. Go check and sub there as well. I was going to zoom up and make sure I'm not missing any chat here. Great pillows. Was the Arkenstone embedded in one of the columns? Oh well, only your proctologist will know for sure. I should consider making a dice tower for my traditional hex. Yeah, there. You know what? It's a lot of fun to make them. I mean, even if you don't end up with them at the table. You know what I tried to do? I tried to make a whole bunch of dice towers for our annual Christmas bazaar at the church. I know that's kind of weird, but you know, grandmas have kids who play D&D and things like that. And the one I managed to actually crank out in time sold very quickly, but I'll probably try to do a little bit more. Yeah, so I was in Allentown. I was telling the story. So I had to take the bus. My car was in the garage. I had to take the bus from Milwaukee to Allentown. It was a miserable journey. And when I got there, the people whose house I was going to be staying in, they were having a New Year's Eve party. So it was raucous and loud, and oh my. Okay, here we go. I had to cut in here, and this is scissors work, I think. I think it is. No, it's not a switch. It's a spot of tape. Okay, cut that out. I don't want to pull because I don't want to break anything. I don't want to break anything. Atlanta Metro. Let's see. Try not to box anything spectacular. It says Nordic Maelstrom, and here I am. There you go. Shadow and Sun is on his way. Dungeon Crawlers level 1. And Shadow and Sun, speaking of cool channels, I love that it's something he does with his son. When he says Shadow and Sun, he means it. And his son wears very, very natty hats. And here I'm going to continue there is a video tutorial, Shadow and Sun. As I said earlier, I think you weren't here yet. Go over to Dirty Basement Terrain and sub to his stuff too, and you will get some really cool tutorials. So here it is, because this is pretty spectacular. I'm going to do a nice drum roll. Everyone start, on their desk. There you go. It is fire and water. It is a fountain with a flame in it. Now, I'm going to make them separate prizes, but one could make an attempt to win both, and they'd go very nicely together. Dun, dun, dun.
Have the small one still close the big one.
Yes, have the pillars all around the fountain. That is really cool. And there's even, I don't know how well the camera picks that up. You can see it. Yeah, there's a shine off of it. But there's a water effect at the bottom. Lots of greenery growing on it, of course, because it'd be all damp. Oh, that's cool.
That's a really good logo, actually.
That's cool.
It hooked me so completely. I thought I saw it slosh it and put it down.
Indeed. Yeah, that's a nice piece. That is a nice piece.
That's a nice little spectacular.
Yeah, it's a good centerpiece for a dungeon, right? You get somewhere and like that's in the room with it. I would say there's a evil mage in that room, or there is a fire elemental. If you got the columns too, that's a fire level. Fire elemental. Yeah, really big. True. That's true. You'd have all 4 elements because the stone for earth, the fire, the water, and then of course there's air all around. Cool. We're picking up subs right, left, and center for folks. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I think I may know this because I've seen most of Lawrence's videos, so I think I know what this is. Yes, I was right. Oh, these are so cool. These are so cool. Look at that thing, tentacles, and this is so cool. This is so awesome, boys. You're definitely entering the contest because I want this. Okay, let's see. Beware the scenery. I started putting together a few MDF buildings for a Wild West game, and it got out of hand really fast. This is awesome. That is awesome. Like, that's so cool.
I just glanced at the miniature on the pillow. That would be immense.
Yes. If you compare, where's the little guy?
On top of the pillow.
Oh, here he goes. Okay, yeah. So. Fear and trembling. Fear and trembling. That's cool. Yeah, that would not be a long fight. That would not be a long fight. I got 2 of them. They're hooked together. They want to come together, and I'm feeling that there might be more of these bad boys in here. Oh, these are awesome. This is like you can have like a fungus, a Fey world kind of fungus area. And there's shriekers, and there's
like a Fey kid that was good, but then from bad.
Those little yes, like it's something that in the Feyland that has gone bad. I made some mushrooms, not anywhere near as good as these. I made some just giant mushrooms. These could be the giant mushrooms get infested with some sort of 700 for Shadow and Sun. Fabu. There might be more. I'm just judging by the size and the sort of heft of these. I'm thinking yes, they feel like they're similar.
Like they want all the mushrooms.
Yeah, they could hide. That's just it, right? They hide until you get close, and then the tentacles come out, and the mouths open, and you're in trouble. Weird Wild West. 472 mushroom royalty. I should think so. Now don't tell these guys. Don't listen. We're having the vegetarian option for the opening dinner is stuffed mushroom caps.
Oh, you can try to stuff them. They'll stuff themselves.
Oh, you know what, Thomas? I think most wives know that. Another one. He has a sort of cheeky little grin going on there. I need to watch the making of on this one again, because this. I mean, honestly, Lawrence, these are professional level quality. You'd expect this to have been like
You could compare them to the Fawn mini.
The
Fawn, one of our twins.
Oh yes, yeah.
Haha. We all know it's just an end.
Yeah, it's just an end. They're very, very cool. Yeah, well, if this has about 2 more weeks in my possession before people can win it at CleriCon, because these are CleriCon prizes. So if in the next 2 weeks the Honeywood crew are going to come across a dwarven kingdom with fire pillars full of mushrooms, it's all going to happen real fast. Cool. Arr, these are awesome. These are so cool. Okay, let's see. I think that's just bags. Doesn't seem to have anything in there. Okay. Oh, man. I think this is a forest of mushrooms. I don't know how to do these mushrooms. Like, I feel like I should do them
Go find someone to hide
like-
the police. Let's fight all of them.
maybe like because doing this one big set would be awesome, but you could spread the love and everyone, you know, it could have like a couple of hello, Patrick Buckley. Have a couple of different people win them, because I'm sensing yet another, and so your players hated them. You need to send me the stats on that. What you used, DBT.
Nope, no you don't.
Yeah.
Block his email. Don't let him get those.
The players don't want anything to do with these, but you know it would be awesome if you played them, if you fought them.
Oh, that was like
And hey, Touchberry, I'm sure mushrooms burn, right? I'm sure mushrooms
No.
are flammable.
Plus, they can't dodge.
Well, yeah, plus they probably don't move too fast, so we can get them all into a line, blast them with lightning, and balance oil on the head.
Easy D6, okay. Well, you know what? Even with Easy D6, I could sort of compare how you statted these to how an average player is statted in Easy D6, and I get a sense of what power level you put them at. I mean, I could just decide it myself too, but I always find it interesting to see what other people do.
So the size of a garage.
Yeah,
I'd say pretty powerful.
yeah, pretty powerful indeed. Indeed.
You could roll a semi.
You need those for Search of the Unknown adventure. Yes, you're right. It looks like the cover of In Search of the Unknown. Actually, Fleetwood has been running Search of the Unknown for his brothers recently. So Fleetwood, if you want to really quick get to the mushroom part of that campaign,
Actually, I've looked for many mushrooms.
there aren't many mushrooms.
There's
Just
shriekers.
it's just the cover.
There's shriekers, but
Okay.
the village, I think, encountered.
Chilled mushrooms and cheese with a nice marinara. Dun, dun.
That's 5 of them.
Oh man,
It's not only.
I'm sensing the Honeywood crew getting into deeper and deeper trouble the next time we play.
Anyway,
$1.99 for DCSL 1. If we can get Dungeon Crawlers level 1 up to 200 in this little live stream, that'd be faboo. Most of the stuff you used to make them came from the Dollar Tree. We have Dollar Trees here in Canada. They're not as numerous as Dollarama. I don't know if Dollarama's down in the States, but we have them here. Yeah, you know, lighting the mushroom on fire could cause spores. You are right. You are right. V1 was awesome, says Shadow and Sun.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
I love it. I've almost died multiple times.
Okay.
And the kobold rolled a 12 for his reaction check, so now he's having parties in the dungeons they clear out.
Okay, what is your favorite what is your favorite level 1 module? Dungeon Crawlers level 1 is Lost City. Dun, 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 dun. These are so cool, Lawrence. These are fabulous. There's 6 of them, yes. Well, you know what? Our friend Lawrence likes to do even numbers, pairs, you know. That way they all have someone to dance with, when it comes to the dance portion of the evening. With another mushroom, yes. Oh, that's what CleriCon is missing, an awkward dance. You play, music and X1 is that's like early expert book.
Let's not tell them about.
It came with the expert box set. Let's not tell them about.
Let's not tell the mushrooms about the stuffed mushrooms because they may interpret that as mushrooms stuffing themselves.
Mushrooms stuffing themselves with people. Yeah, true. Yeah, we're gonna have stuffed mushrooms. Here are the mushrooms. They're going to stuff themselves with you. Nordic Maelstrom has returned. Quasqueton, Iowa. Now, where in the state, Mark, is, I think I'm saying Quasqueton right. I came from the Midwest. I'm used to saying that kind of name. Where in the state is that? North, south, east, west, corners, what? Played them at the edge of a clearing. Nice. I can see Touchberry's flambéed mushrooms becoming a thing. Do you think Fofire might publish a cookbook? I think. Oh, I remember this build too. So here's a summoning hexagon, I guess. And boys, hexagons.
Oh, Vestigons.
There you go. Eastern Iowa. Okay. And then the summoning works, and out comes the creature.
Or it doesn't work.
Or it doesn't work, and it goes badly. That is so cool. Wait, now, I remember watching this build and the build for the mushrooms, but where did you get the tentacles? What did those come out? Some toy at the Dollar Tree, right? A summoning circle, and there's Nordic Maelstrom. Is this you, Nordic Maelstrom? Do you have tentacles? That's awesome. That is awesome. So cool. Let's see. I'm just gonna. There's been a lot of chat. I just want to scroll, make sure I don't miss anything. Key here. Do cheese marinara. I saw that one. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, I think X1 was sort of designed for the beginning levels when you're just getting into expert. Just getting into expert. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, local Gumby. Though we do have a wonderful time. Eastern Iowa. My aunt and uncle just moved from the southwest corner of Wisconsin, overlooking Iowa. They just moved back to the hometown, Janesville. Let's see, 201. Okay, Dungeon Crawlers level 1 is already at 201. Oh man, that's awesome. I know, General Nut, I'm with you. The mushrooms are so cool.
And we will be hiding them until CleriCon.
Yeah, you know what, Patrick? I've been playing role-playing games forever too, and modules have just never been a thing for us. And I DM, and I just don't really use modules that much. I'll mine them for ideas. You'll see this coming up in the next recap. But yeah, the final faction tentacle. Okay, there's a tentacle pack. Of course, there's a tentacle pack. And again, thank you, local Gumby. I'm rolling down the chat here. Excellent, Shadow and Sun. I hope to see some of that. They do. Shadow and Sun do cool. They do crafting stuff together, and I really like when you open the treasure chest and the coins come spilling up, because I love how sort of like cool your son is about the whole thing. Like, yeah, here they are. All right. Noble Knight Games. I'd never heard of Noble Knight Games. When were they there? I left that to go to Milwaukee because, as I said, oh my gosh, Uncle Brat, thank you. You guys, all of you are being enormously generous today. Thank you. CleriCon is going to be extra faboo with all of this support. Thank you. Thank you. That is so kind of you guys. Thank you, Uncle Brat. Where is CleriCon, Ryan? It is just west of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in a little village called Glen Williams. But it's, Toronto is easiest to tell you. Oh, look at this. It gets worse. It gets worse for the summoning. You've got a nice pool. Maybe the room that has the summoning circles also has a pool. And you're like, oh, it's just a pool. That's okay. No, it's not okay. Blah. Awesome.
Oh, dear.
Yes, this is cool. They're coming out of the...
Avoid any hexagons in the next...
Yeah, you've seen me open it. So if I lay this on the mat, you know, now what I'm going to do, the next adventure, I'll put this down, but I will have no intention of using this. I'll just put this down to freak them out. That's cool stuff. That is really cool stuff. That is cool stuff. I'm running out of room on the desk. There's so much.
So, now, I saw these are giving me ideas for my own stuff.
Excellent. You and Shadow and Sun both getting ideas. And yes, the same the same tentacles on the baby doll builds.
Oh, I did not think baby heads and tentacles go together.
Oh, you should see his stuff. I got to show you pictures of DBT stuff. DBT. See, I'm getting all hep with the kids now. Instead of Dirty Basement Train, I call you DBT. He did a a tentacled baby centipede, which was just the stuff of nightmares, but it's brilliant. It looks really cool.
Can you look at that
Before dinner, yes. I'm really thirsty. Hey, there's a well. Uncle Brett is a gentleman and a scholar, and fun to game with as well. He's joining the. My gosh, though, we haven't been able to play much, have we? Here, this life's gotten in the way for our Gamma World game on Wednesdays. 3 cheers for Uncle Brett. Hip hip hooray! Oh my gosh! More. Look at this. More columns. These are very cool. Now, okay. If the ones with these are dwarven columns. Are these dwarf columns? Are they elf columns? I'm going to say they're almost hobgoblin columns.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Things in the
Tentacles. Why is it always tentacles?
No, the mushrooms are there.
I have not tried Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition. I think right now is the first time I've heard of it. I've heard of Traveler, if it's the same, if that's what you're talking about. But Mongoose, is Mongoose the company? Or is there a Traveler game about mongooses flying through space? Because that would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of Traveler, but not played it. I think actually the Dungeon Delver had Kyle would come on and can't have pretty columns for goblins. No, but hobgoblins maybe. I always think of hobgoblins as being. It's interesting. Like there's so little in Beckme. There's so little actual direction as to the cultural anything of these creatures. So you can kind of do with them what you want. So for me, the hobgoblins are sort of the more refined, more dangerous because they're smarter and better equipped and just less random.
But less dangerous in the fact that they're less likely to have an annoying war wagon charging down on you.
Yeah, they're not. I always make my goblins into inventors, so they make clever, deadly machines. Where hobgoblins, and I actually have not used hobgoblins very much at all.
I don't think.
For me, they're sort of, they're more human-like. For me, they are beautiful pieces, aren't they? Mongoose is the company that produces Traveler. Okay, gotcha. So no, I have not. I have not. That's my thing, and that's why I'm thinking this is Hobgoblin to me. Not that it matters because it's the prize, and whoever wins it can make it whatever they want to. But I think those look really cool. I would use these for Hobgoblin architecture because it's not like crazy, twisted, hideous like a goblin might want or an orc definitely would want. But it's just different enough. A human probably wouldn't do this, except for Lawrence, of course. But a human wouldn't carve a column like this, but there'd be some aesthetic that the hobgoblin would be looking for. Now, as I take it, there's one more item here at the very bottom. This is the one I heard about ahead of time. Let's make sure this is just padding. Yeah, it's all just padding. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do before I open this, because I want space. I'm going to have to clear away some of the stuff. So have a last sort of fond farewell to all of the columns and whatnot. I'm going to put them up out of the way.
More columns than anything else.
Water's a 5-minute epoxy with some ink added. Cool. Traveler's a lot of fun. We're trying to do the Mongoose reboot. Seth Krakowski's cover just piqued my interest.
Oh, holy cow.
Excellent.
I just noticed they've got moss on them.
Oh, yeah. All the columns do. The well does. There's moss kind of growing on them. Put these mushrooms over here.
You've officially blown my mind.
Okay, we have an officially blown mind over here. These guys, I just want to clear space so that I can show you this next thing. Because I know what this one is. As Lawrence told me about this in advance. That's probably enough space, I think. Maybe, maybe not. More space. I'm running out of space on my crowded desk. So is that a case where the 2nd edition is actually better than the first then, Shadow? All right. Yes, some XPS foam. I will definitely actually will use that. You know, the blue stuff, the thicker stuff, is hard to find in Canada. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right. Oh, this is going to be cool. So, I know what this is going to be for. This is going to be. I'm covering it up so you can't see, so I can keep the suspense. This is going to be the prize. The opening dinner is going to have a trivia contest, and so everyone's going to get a little, couple a sheet or two of paper at their place, and to try their best at the trivia. I got to tell you, some of the trivia is going to be Beckme trivia. Some of the trivia is going to be specific to Hollow World, and Fleetwood will help me with that. Some of the trivia will be 5e, and I'll have to get some help with that as well. But most of the trivia is going to be Beckme, and there's a lot of AD&D stuff that the Delver has provided. A few other things I'll pull in from here, there, and the other place. But the prize for that at the dinner is going to be this, and you'll see why, because I think it's thematically appropriate. And I do not want to. I want to be very careful on this one because I don't want to nick it. So I'm just going to tear it. I'm not going to use any blade whatsoever. This one is dun, 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 ba-da! The Necronomicon Cookbook. Which I think is hilarious. Necro nom 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 nom. The Necro nom 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 nom.
I think it's funny if you ever played.
If you know Call of Cthulhu, yes. Yes, the pink foam is easy to find. I just don't get any of the blue foam around here. And it's signed. It's signed. It's a signed copy. What are you? I don't know what that was. Touchberry has his own things going on.
His own world.
The Necro nom 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 nom. And there's a martini recipe there. Here's hey, look, it's Lauren said this could be the inspiration for your well. Oh my heavens! By author and editor. That's awesome. That is awesome. Signed by the author and the editor. Yiggy pudding. Har, har, har. Yogsicles. Oh, well, yeah, there you are. That's fabulous. The custard of outer space. The custard out of space. Oh, this is very cool. This is very cool. So this is going to be the prize for the trivia contest at the dinner. And I suspect it's the kind of thing where the recipes are designed to look disgusting, but actually taste good. Very cool art. Very cool art indeed. Children's meals. Children's meals. And look at the layout. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Look at these little guys. Look at these little guys. It's terrible, terrible image. Children's meal. I love it. It's hilarious. Oh, so they're putting little cups. Oh my gosh. So this will be the prize for the best the best score in the trivia contest at the opening dinner. This is so cool. So huge thank you to Lawrence at Dirty Basement Terrain for this. Thank you for sending all this fabulous stuff. A big shout out and thank you also to Dungeon Crawlers Level 1, to Local Gumby, and to Uncle Brat for their support as well. How to Serve Man. It's a cookbook. Children's meal made of children. This has been awesome. I don't want to go right away. I'm not going to end it quite yet because I do want to to just go over, just to talk about some of the cool stuff that's happening. In case you missed at the beginning, all of this stuff is prize material for, although I don't know, this one may, no, I'll make it a prize. That's what it was sent for. For CleriCon, which is happening November 3rd through 5th, just west of Toronto in Glen Williams, Ontario. And it's hosted by myself, the Dungeon Minister, and will feature also Daniel from Bandit's Keep. It will feature Mage's Musings, Sean, who is the mind, the crazy and brilliant mind behind Mage's Musings, Merlinster Ganderlore, and Ace Eric, the Demilich, and it'll also feature John from Tale of the Manticore. If you don't know those three channels, Tale of the Manticore is here on YouTube. He's mostly a podcast, but he also uploads it to YouTube just with a plain picture, occupying the screen. But all three of those really, really aces. So in addition to the folks in the chat, which I think is over there for most of you, or down there on a phone, in addition to those folks, definitely go sub to the folks here that you've seen in the chat, but also sub to Mage's Musings and Tale of the Manticore and Bandits Keep. They're great folks as well. And obviously, Dirty Basement Terrain, you can already see there's an advertisement. I think almost everyone in the chat probably has by now, but if you haven't, you see an advertisement for the kinds of stuff that Dirty Basement Terrain makes on his channel. And so, by all means, look him up and sub there too, because awesome stuff. Dirty Basement said use 5-minute epoxy to make the water. I tried that. But myself, but I am not Dirty Basement Terrain, and I don't have the skill sets. So it was a mixed bag. But it worked okay. I mean, yeah. Well, clearly you haven't seen it on the channel, and there's a reason. Hello, Michael. Hello, Michael. West of YYZ. That's right. It is just really we're closer to Pearson Airport. YYZ is the airport code for Pearson Airport. We're closer to Pearson Airport than Toronto is, for that matter. Go ahead and keep something as a prize for being crazy enough to run a con. Yeah, you know what? I could use it at my game shops, my game shop game, because all the boys obviously they've seen it. I could still throw it again. I could throw the just the pool down on the table just to get them all worried.
Take something for being crazy enough to run a con.
Yeah, that's about it. I gotta tell you, I'm going between terrified and thrilled and excited. Also add an equal amount of IPA to make it more flowable. If an IPA, by which you mean an alcoholic beverage, then the flowing is all on your end. Telly Savalas, I've lost the thread of what Telly Savalas is about, but I'm glad that Shadow knows what that meant. Woodland Scenic Water. Absolutely. Burrows and Badgers is a game that I've been interested in playing right now for our bedtime story. I do a bedtime story every night that I'm home, which is most nights. Right now we're reading Watership Down, and Burrows and Badgers sounds like it would be like the Watership Down role-playing game.
No, they just call it Watership Down.
Miniatures game called Burrows and Badgers. It's anthropomorphic animal characters in a medieval setting. So they're anthropomorphic, and there's a medieval thing going on. So it's not quite Watership Down, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I saw that one. And there's another one, bunnies and burrows and bunnies or something. Isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so yes, alcohol, but not to drink. Gotcha. Because IPA, I'm hearing a beer. Bunnies and Burrows was Watership Down. Gotcha, Tim. All right. I knew there was one out there that was sort of that like that. But Burrows and Badgers is anthropomorphic. There was a RPG of Mouse Guard. It was based on Burning Wheel, meaning that it was, really brilliant and really cool, and almost no one ever plays it. Burning Wheel, I mean, it's a beautiful system. and I love it in theory, but wow. Yeah, let's think of the ale too. India Pale Ale, right? The miniatures from Oathsworn Miniatures are quite charming and lovely miniatures. Okay, well that's cool. We should look up burrows and badgers. It would be really neat if someone could come and run burrows and badgers at CleriCon. I know you can't make it. I know. But that would be awesome. We do have some stuff. Albedo RPG hard sci-fi with Nazi rabbits. Says that Nazi rabbits. Now I read Mouse, the graphic novel Mouse, which had cats as Nazis, but not Nazi rabbits. That's something else. We do have. So I'm running a couple of Beck Me games. There's another fellow coming to run some Beck Me. There is Mork Borg, or however you're actually supposed to say Mork Borg. There's Simple Sixes by James Keck. Fleetwood is running a Simple Sixes game. He's also running a Hollow World. Our youngest Bob Johnny, he is running his own D2 system game. I think they actually, the boys also have war games that they created, which we might put some of those things on the sort of experiment table. Yeah, Touchberry is not running anything, but he'll have fun anyway. It's all sorts of fun. And we've got what else we have? We have some OSE. Mage's Musing is running from some OSE. Daniel is running OD&D and Chainmail. He's actually running a chainmail battle at the end of one of the sessions. I don't know if it's going to be like the session inevitably ends in battle, like you're trying to accomplish something before the battle starts or something, or if he's just tacking that on. But there's going to be a chainmail battle. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hello, Show Enough. And the Redwall books. Yes, I've been recommended those a number of times, Ian. Any vendors, our friendly local game shop is there to sell. Other than that, no, although James is sending me a number of Simple Sixes books, and so I am going to put those, even though they're not in the same category. I'm going to put them with the Fleetwood's Cabinet of Curiosities, which is used stuff. Anyone wants to bring, old modules that they've got two of or something. We got minis that they don't want. Anything that RPG related that you're.
Players find really powerful minis of like pictures of really powerful creatures that can
Yes, if your DM has miniatures of extremely powerful creatures, you can steal them from your DM and bring them and sell them, so your DM can't use them in the game. At any rate, so there's going to be a sort of Fleetwood's Cabinet of Curiosities is going to be gently used RPG stuff. So they're not used, but I'm going to put them in a similar thing just because I don't have a vendor to sell them. But they're going to sell the Simple Sixes system by James Keck. So there's a few things, but not a lot. No. There's also a game, Math Magician. It's local game creators have created that, and they've got a new one coming out. It's B&S Games. It sounds like it's Bill and Scott. BS Games or B&S? I gotta look that up. But before I tell everyone it's all BS. But they have a new game, and I can't remember the name of it right now. But they're going to be there. Bill's going to be there demonstrating the game and challenging people to play it, and then selling copies as well. Hey, you take care of yourself, Christopher. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Cons you go to mainly for the flea markets. That's kind of what it is. Yep. Swap meet area. That's going to be it's going to be cool. You don't use miniatures in your games. Yeah, you know what? The terrain thing, I never did it. When I was a kid, I had minis, but they just sat on the top of my dresser up in my bedroom. I never used them in play at all. I had gobs of them, and that was old metal minis, right? And it was when I started gaming with the boys, and I started watching Black Magic Craft and Battle and Barrow. This was before Dirty Basement Terrain was on. I watched a few terrain making channels, and I thought, oh, that would be kind of neat. And with kids, it's good to have a thing on the table to help, help focus and get the excitement level, and you want that moment of, oh, that's cool. So I started doing it, and now I'm addicted to. So yeah, it has built up. Paint miniatures for the hobby of it. Mostly do historicals and occasional fantasy, sci-fi. Yeah, the historical ones can be so cool. Just vast armies. Is it you, Nordic, who I've seen your someone on Facebook, but people don't always have the same Facebook to YouTube name. Someone with a huge army of Normans they're putting together, and it's just vast. Like every week or so, there's a new post with another 20 minis or 40 minis done or something. Really huge.
On the subject of historical stuff,
Yes.
Battle and Bellow did first two things. Battle and Bellow did made a miniature keep based on a castle near his home, Lucky Step.
Yes. Battle and Barrel lives in England, so of course there are actual castles there that he could model his terrain off of.
And second historical note, my Simple Sixes is World War II.
Yes, the Simple Sixes game is going to be set in World War II D-Day, or the eve of D-Day.
With glider pilots.
Yeah, the gliders, the British gliders that landed in Normandy to soften up targets and to do some sabotage to prepare. And so it's going to be a sabotage mission is being run. So that's the game for Simple Sixes, which I think is going to be very, very cool. Yeah, you know what? Dungeon Crawlers, that is my situation too. I'm sort of trapped in Canada because my passport expired. And now I've gotten Canadian citizenship, so I can apply for Canadian passport. Because I found it kind of stupid to be here in Canada and apply for an American passport.
I've been trapped in Canada since I don't know when my baby passport expired.
Yes.
I was never fully.
Yeah. Our boys only Fleetwood has ever been to the States when he was 9 months old, so he doesn't really remember it that well.
No,
And the things he remembered would be the floors he crawled on, the things he stuffed in his mouth to chew on, things like that. But the things he didn't lick any toilets. Trapped in Canada sounds terrible. It's not terrible at all, Sebastian. It's actually quite lovely. Canada is Ontario, at least, is a lot like Wisconsin, except the postal boxes are red instead of blue. You got to go to a special store to buy wine, things like that. So, yeah.
Also, moose are everywhere.
But you know what? Even if you don't do miniature wargaming anymore, Nordic, I bet if you go to the historic miniature gaming convention, you could see a lot of really cool minis, which I'd be interested. It's easy. Just cross the border, and the RCMP will give you a blanket and a hotel room. Yeah, if you cross, off on some desolate stretch of road, then yes, they'll welcome you in, and you'll be all set. You'll even get a hotel room, and hopefully it'll be in the GTA, and you'll be able to come. Anyway. So yeah, if I said everything I wanted to say about this, there's the onion eating contest, which is going to be great. The Bob Johnny onion eating contest, and the Lancashire, UK. I think Lancaster here in this case would be Pennsylvania. See, Sebastian, when people got to North America from Europe, they didn't have any new ideas. So either places are named whatever the natives called them, like Milwaukee, or there are things like Paris, Ontario, which is hilarious because it's this tiny sort of, rundown little village. London, Ontario, Paris, Ontario. There was a Berlin, but after World War I or during World War I, it was changed to Kitchener. So, yeah. Musketry and World War II. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Would you win the onion eating contest, Shadow? Well, there you go. See, you'll have to get yourself. That's a long way to come for eating onions, but you get yourself all set for next year. Yeah, Sebastian, it's funny how you go around. I mean, we have a River Avon. We have what's the other one that's in town? There's a Stratford, which is on the River Avon. We have the Humber River, which is Northumbria, the Humber River in northern UK as well, or northern England. So yeah, we just copy y'all. Nova Scotia. I mean, it's just New Scotland, right? But anyhow, New York, blah blah blah. A funny thing in Wisconsin, they didn't have Berlin, but they had New Berlin. During World War I, of course, people were trying to get away from anything German and Liberty cabbage and stuff like that instead of sauerkraut. And so, yes, the Stratford in Ontario is on the Avon River, yeah, and there's swans. But in Wisconsin, and New Berlin was, instead of renaming it to something like they renamed Berlin, Ontario, Kitchener, Ontario. The one in Wisconsin, they just called it New Berlin. We just pronounce it differently, and nobody will notice. It's not New Berlin; it's New Berlin. Sorry, fall in, not Cold Wars. Do the onions come fried with liver? No, they come raw. Whole and raw. You can take the papery part off, but the onion itself. Which games am I personally running? Two Beckme games. I'm running 2 Beckme games. That's the system I know well enough to run. Like I play Gamma World every week, but I play it online with James Keck, and essentially he tells me what to roll and then I roll it because I have no idea. New York City settled by the Dutch. Yes, even old New York was once New Amsterdam. I'm just going to trust I'm a bad enough singer that the algorithm the computer won't pick that up. Anyhow, all right. I think I probably have flogged CleriCon to death. Anyone on here who wants to come but can't has already said so, and everyone who has absolutely no interest in coming has been kind enough not to say so. And anyone who can come is coming. Yes, York became Toronto. That was one of the few that was rescued from, but it just became what the natives called it. So, yes, it would be, Sebastian, a bit of a long way. There was someone in the UK who was talking about coming, but I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. You can get AD&D, but not Beckme. Well, now I will also mention, where in the Hollow World is Fleetwood setting his game?
I'm not telling.
Oh, he's not telling. He's not telling.
You'll have to play it and find out.
I wish you could too, Uncle Brat. Yes, you did, Tim. God bless you. Tim can't make it, but he bought a ticket anyway. And Tim, we will enter you in the door prize. So I'll enter you in the door prize, which would be funny because I know where you live and it's not far from Pennsylvania. So if you win one of these things, it will have been shipped up to Canada and then shipped back down. It'll be something from my own terrain stash. But what's your favorite place in Hollow World?
Atlantia, where I started the game I won with.
Yes.
The Dungeon Minister Lodge.
Yes, Atlantia, the far north, with the Viking-ish kind of people. Let's see. I was trying to remember what I was on my way to say. Did I figure out if you're going to stream part of the con? Yes. I think we're going to do, for my opening game, I'll probably aim it at the table kind of thing. I'm still dicey about whether it's going to be minis or a draw on mat, but or a terrain or a draw on mat or something. But then the panel will definitely be live streamed. And I'll ask the other game masters what they're willing to see live stream. And I'm going to occasionally check in from the floor of floor of the convention kind of thing. But what I was going to say earlier about the Beckme. Hello, Wave of Mutilation. Wave, we're about to wrap up, but it's good to see you anyway. You can see some of the awesome terrain that's going to be prizes at CleriCon. This is from, I will show them the mushroom, Touchberry. This is from Dirty Basement Terrain, who does awesome stuff. In terms of a Beckme game, although I don't know, gaming online isn't everyone's favorite thing. I'm starting up soon I'm going to do for now. It is for my patrons because I need to show them a little love. I'm like most Patreon runners. I'm terrible at it. We're going to be doing an online Beck Me campaign starting after CleriCon, and so that's gonna start up for anyone who is a patron. They can sign up, and if we get enough people who want to do it, we'll break it into a couple of different groups. Yeah, so that's going to start up after the con. I need to give my head to the con right now, though. My heavens! All right, hey, I don't know what those empires are, but that sounds pretty cool. Then drink beverages. Beverages, not the isopropyl alcohol, though. No. All right. If I win again, folks will think the fix is in. All right. So Fleetwood won't tell you where he's setting the game, but his favorite spot is Atlantia. But I happen to know that that's not where his game for the con is set. I happen to know that much. All right. Okay, folks. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming and joining in this. Thank you again, Dirty Basement. Thank you again, Dungeon Crawlers and Local Gumby and Uncle Brat for the super chats. Thank you all for coming, and go check each other's channels out. Sub, because everyone that I've seen in the chat so far is an awesome person, and the people who have channels do excellent work. So God bless you. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.